All right, so we have another casual deck profile here. Um, TG, I just happen to have all the cards with me, and I've been a fan of like the TG before when it was the original Warwolf, Rhino. It's more of like a stun version, but I liked it. It was okay. But when it came out with the Trident launcher and like all the other pieces, it became a combo based deck. So that's when I kind of started looking more into it. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the deck profile. Sad to say, this deck is just super fragile, and it has a lot of what do you call this, restriction, especially with the Trident launcher. Launcher is such a great card because it summons three monsters, but it specifically summons one from the deck, one from the grave, one from the hand, and if you don't have anything in the hand or the grave, you can't use it. Also at the same time, you can only summon TG monsters. Good thing that they can synchro during opponent's turn, so it gives you a little bit of versatility. But yeah, here's gonna be the deck profile. So we have the Screw Serpent. This guy's really great because once it's normal special summon, you can revive a TG from the graveyard. So that's good. It's also a level 4 tuner, so it makes the synchroing to level 5 makes it a lot easier. We have the Booster Raptor, really great extender. Fun fact, it's a dinosaur, so that's going to come up later on. TG Warwolf is also a great extender because it just special summons itself whenever a level 4 lower monster is special summon. Double Striker, this used to be at 3, but since we're trying to go first, TG Striker is mainly a good card to go second. So yeah, so now we're just playing 2. So it also don't break with like multiple copies. It's not super relevant. We have 2 the Tank Grub. These are the level 1 tuners. Gear Zombie. These guys can be brought out by Halqifibrax, so you don't really need to play 3. This can special summon from the hand by targeting a TG monster, and it loses 1,000. Actually, you just need to target a normal any monster. So yeah, you can summon it. Tank Grub is actually really great because once it's synchro summoned, it brings out a level 1 token, so that's another extender. 1 Drillfish. There's not a lot of synergy to it except for just being able to special summon if all monsters you control are TG. So there's times where you can get summon a bunch of monsters, but if you have a non-TG monster, you can't special summon it. But it's still a good like other name. This is one of my favorites, Red Resonator. It helps out because you can extend, and it's also a tuner. So this plus any level 4 lower monster becomes a Halqifibrax. Preferably, one of the other ones would be a TG, or it can be the 2 Miscellaneousaurus. Because if you normal summon Red Resonator, special summon Miscellaneousaurus, you can go into Halqifibrax and then banish the Miscellaneousaurus to bring out another TG monster. So, and then the other one is just because I play Fossil Dig for the Miscellaneousaurus. I just play Gillosaurus just as another extender in a way. And it's a dinosaur, so you can use it. You can use it to search using Fossil Dig. Triple Tanky for the Warwolf. Basically the spells are more of like an extender, and then kind of searcher as well to kind of get your combo going. Triple Fossil Dig. That's why I played the Gillosaurus, is because Fossil Dig is not a once per turn. So if you already have, if you open up with 2 Fossil Dig, it's not dead. You don't have to search 2 Miscellaneousaurus. You can search 1 Gillosaurus and 1 Misc. So it's you can have like 2 kinds of extenders. Resonator Call is amazing because it adds the Red Resonator, and that's your, it searches, and then Red Resonator is gonna kind of like your extender. Wear of Thou. I've always loved this card. It's one of those like gimmicky cards, but every time I can play a level 1 base monster, I will always play Wear of Thou. It's really great. The 2,000 damage in the end, if you don't normal summon it, sucks, but it's cool. One reasoning, because you have levels from 1 to 4. If they hit the right one, if it's a TG monster, it's good because you need a TG monster in the grave anyways. Reinforcement for the TG Striker. I was also playing Boost Warrior as well, because it's a level 1 and you can special summon Boost Warrior if there's a level 1 tuner. I kind of cut that off for now. Trying to maximize on like the TG part. So, but that's just another option as well. 1-for-1 because you have a bunch of level 1s, not tuner or non-tuner. So you just bring out whatever you need. Foolish Burial because you need it in a grave, and Monster Reborn with 2 World Legacy Succession because you need extenders. So, and then last, I was playing Pot of Desires because there's a bunch of like multiples in the deck anyways, so you really just need to dig in deeper and have like more hand cards. But I ran out of like copies of Pot of Desire, so I was just like, I don't want to keep switching it. But it actually helped out because I looked into other cards that I have, and Pot of Avarice is actually a lot better in this build because you can recycle your TG Hyper Librarian, your Halki Fibrax, all your extra deck monster. You can recycle them and then still draw 2 cards. So yeah. For the extra deck, you play 2 Launcher because that's the main guy you want to make. This is the guy that summons 3 TG monsters, 1 from hand, 1 from deck, and 1 from graveyard. 1 Halki Fibrax, because without Halki Fibrax, I don't think the deck would be even slightly decent. I mean, the deck doesn't really function super well. It's very fragile. It's just a really nice fun deck. But without Halki Fibrax, it's super hard to be able to play the deck. 2 Recipro Dragonfly because it's a TG monster. I really want to play Formula Synchron, but there's times where it automatically locks you into TGs. So I end up just playing 2 Dragonfly. The 1 Librarian, really great card because it draws every time you synchro. So 2 Star Guardian. This is one of the new-ish cards for TG, and this guy is really great because when it's summoned you can add back a monster from graveyard to the hand, a TG monster, and then you can special summon a TG monster from your hand. So whatever you add you can special summon, or if you have a different one like a name that you haven't used, you can special summon that instead. Rarely summon this, but it's good to have the option because it's also a tuner. TG Wonder Magician. This one is kind of important because once it locks you into TGs, you have to be able to summon a non-tuner TG monster. That's a synchro, so this is your only other option besides Librarian. There's times where you can keep synchroing into a level 5, and you don't want to use Librarian because you want to keep it as a draw engine. So you can bring this guy out. For level 10s, you have the TG Blade Blaster. It's a good card. I mean, if you want to like synchro right away, and then you're unfortunately stuck into a TG monster, you'll summon Blade Blaster. If not, if you want to synchro during your opponent's turn, you can bring out Satellite Warrior, which is a really great card. If this card is synchro summon, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of synchro monsters in your graveyard, destroy them, and if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack for each card destroyed. So that's not till the end turn, so you keep that attack. There's other effects that's really good, but mainly it's when it's summoned, you get to destroy cards your opponent controls. So that's that, and then there's the 12s, which is Halberd Cannon, and then Cosmic Blazer. So it's basically like just a big synchro monster that you can summon. And then last, it will be the Herald of Arclight, because there's times where you don't really have a whole lot of play, but you're able to like synchro into like Gillosaurus, or you have Gillosaurus in a level 1 tuner, or you can just synchro into a level 4, and Herald is a pretty good level 4. So yeah, that is the that's the main deck. Like I said, I mainly enjoy playing it just for fun. If you guys want to just use this as a reference, mainly I might take apart the build and then try out like other decks as well. But I enjoy playing this just for fun, and I'm using this deck profile as a reference. I hope you guys like it. If you have comments or suggestions, just let me know.